Still got Jody Roebuck from New Zealand visiting us. He's out harvesting lettuce with Mark right now. And I've got Roger in the greenhouse here starting some more Salanova lettuce. But I've got to get on my bike right away and go fix a valve that I forgot to fix the other day at one of our other urban plots. And that's what's happening right now. Here at my Lawrence Avenue plot, and I'm just checking in on how things are growing, and it's going well. Spinach has done really well. Nice, beautiful, perfect germination, except for the irrigation failure we had here where it's kind of washed out some of this soil. You know, still okay. And so just going to break down my harvesting strategy for our lettuce over the next couple weeks. So right now, Mark and Jody are out at our furthest plot, which we refer to as a biorotation plot, and they're harvesting lettuce right now. So Mark and I, about a month ago, planted 8 25-foot beds of Salanova lettuce there. So we harvested the first one of those beds Tuesday, and now we're harvesting 2 more beds there right now. So that leaves us 5 beds that are at prime maturity right now, and we'll get a little bit bigger over the next couple weeks, but that's okay. That's the beauty of Salanova, is just the plant gets bigger, the leaves stay the same size, so very advantageous as far as a salad green. But I'm thinking ahead. So where's our lettuce going to come from in the next couple weeks? So we have lettuce at 2 other plots here and at my home base on my neighbor's plot, in fact. And there's 2 25-foot beds of lettuce there that will be good to harvest in by probably next Monday or Tuesday. And we're going to have 5 beds there. So right now I'm just kind of going through a foresight to think, what am I going to harvest going forward? These beds right here, let me zoom in for you. Those should be regenerated in about 10 days. So I can't depend on that for a while. This was just cut late last week, so that's still another 2 weeks off. I've got some beet greens that are coming along here. A little bit of weed pressure in there, but nothing major. So those are going to be part of our salad mix. We got more arugula coming, and all this lettuce. These 2 were cut early last week, so they won't be on for a while. And this lettuce here should be good to cut again in 10 days. So thinking ahead on what I have available. So next week, next Monday and Tuesday, we're going to need to cut 2 more of those beds that Jody and Mark are at right now. That's going to take us down to 3 beds available there. And then on Thursday or Friday of that next week, we're going to have to cut 2 more beds, but we might just cut the 3 just to get it done. Then we're on to our second cut on the next Monday at the plot at my house, those 2 beds. Then on that Thursday, hopefully this bed here and this bed here will be regenerated. So as I'm here to fix this valve, I'm just thinking ahead on what's going to be available. So let's fix this puppy here. I've just got to change one valve. The irrigation's been off here for a couple days, and that's been okay because it hasn't been hot. If we had usual summer weather, that wouldn't be good. We'd be under some pretty big pressure here, but right now it's fine. So anyways, I'm just going to be replacing this guy here and then running the system and making sure it still works. And while I'm here, I might actually adjust the timers because we're really getting into fall weather now. It's cool, like where it's going to be high of 20 degrees Celsius today, which isn't very hot. And so I'm going to start setting back our timers to maybe even run every second day opposed to every day, because it seems like that will probably work, at least at this plot right now. So now let's run it and see how it goes. Okay, so that was the zone that I fixed. So that's running good now. It's running even. There's no more leaks. But before I leave here, I'm just going to try and flip on the other zones and make sure that they're all good as well. And then I'm going to dial back the time a little bit too. So this is zone 2. Okay, that's running good. Zone 3. Okay, so everything runs good. What I've done is I've just switched the irrigation onto 2-day intervals now. So now it won't water today, but it'll water tomorrow, and then the second day after that from there on. I'm just gonna go with that for now. And I mean, we're here at all these plots all the time, so it's easy enough for us to make a few tweaks here and there if we need to and modify things as we see fit. So as these guys are here harvesting, we got some radishes we got out of here, not a lot, but some. And I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about wood chips and what I've learned about them in the last number of years is, so all the perimeters here on this plot have wood chips. We put about 8 inches down of chips when we developed this plot 3 years ago. And the thing is that happens with chips, like a lot of people seem to think that you can just lay down wood chips and then you're never gonna have weed problems, and that's not the case at all. You probably won't have any weed problems for the first year, but the second, third, fourth year, weeds are gonna get in there because those chips are gonna turn into soil. It's a heavy carbon with water on it, and you know, time, the mushrooms get in there, break it down, which is a good thing. You get a broken down material that starts to look not too different from soil itself. And this is the thing, is like, I've had to come in here and stir up hoe this a couple times this year. Not a ton of work, not that big of a deal, but the key with wood chips, if you're using them to mulch, is you've got to keep putting them down. Like, you're probably better to put a few inches down every year and get that soil, or get the new carbon on top to prevent any new weeds from coming up from the broken down soil, which is effectively compost. So that's what I've learned, and you know, I'm here just taking out all these weeds in here. I'm just stir up hoeing it, but I think what we'll do in the fall is get a new batch of wood chips down on these perimeters, and we certainly will once we change our bed situation here. We're going to rotary plow this plot up in the fall, as long, if we can, or in the early spring, February probably actually, and reshape it because we've got some depressions here, and I want to hill my beds up, get wood chips in the aisles, and try that whole technique I've talked about before. So those are my thoughts on wood chips. So we're all done harvesting here. Now the guys are going to head back, start washing vegetables and greens, and I'm just going to finish up weeding here, and then we're at the main farm for the rest of the day. We're just picking out Purse Lane from our arugula harvest here. It got pretty weedy